Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been.
Caitlin Clark has been the most talked about player in WNBA, but not everyone has had back until now. Sophie Cunningham just shut down the haters and gave Clark the respect she deserves in a new interview, and fans are loving it.
It feels almost, it's not hate, but is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it just like, what is it?
Yeah, I see both sides. I'm not an extremist in any way,
Yeah.
and so I like to see both sides of each party. I think when you have older people in the league, they work their tails off and they didn't get the recognition. They don't get paid millions of dollars before they even step on the court. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
for them, it's all about, okay, well, what are your stats? What are you doing for the actual game? Like, while you're playing.
Yeah.
And then for them, this is amazing for women's basketball. This is amazing for women's sports in general. You have so many people, so many new and fresh eyes on our sport that maybe they're a little uneducated and maybe they kind of stir the pot.
WNBA veterans have been cold or even dismissive toward Clark. Cunningham is doing the opposite. She's defending Clark, praising her talent, and calling out the jealousy, fueling the negativity. So why is Cunningham standing up for Clark now, and how did she expose the real reason some players can't handle her success? Stay tuned, because this just got real. Sophie Cunningham has never been one to hold back, and in her latest interview, she didn't just praise Caitlin Clark, she straight up defended her like never before at a time when some WNBA players are taking subtle jabs, rolling their eyes, or pretending Clark's impact isn't real. Cunningham is making it clear as day that Clark deserves every ounce of recognition she's getting, and let's be honest, that's refreshing to hear. Clark has been under the microscope from the moment she entered college. Every shot, every assist, every reaction has been dissected, debated, and used against her. When she plays well, some say she's just a volume scorer. When she struggles, others claim she's overrated. And when she makes history, well, some would rather talk about what she supposedly doesn't do well than acknowledge what she does better than anyone else in the game right now.
Cunningham was traded to the Indiana Fever for Nalissa Smith and a pick. Sophie honestly has a similar game to Lexi Hall. She is a tall guard who can shoot the three. She is nasty on defense. What I love about her is she brings this kind of spark and energy to the court. She is very feisty. She is not scared to go out.
Isn't having any of it. She sees the nonsense for what it is, and instead of staying silent, she's speaking up. She knows Clark isn't just another rookie, she's the future of the WNBA, and instead of tearing her down, people should be lifting her up. But that's not what's happening. In the interview, Cunningham made one thing very clear: the jealousy surrounding Clark is real. She said it outright. If you have anything negative to say about the attention Clark is bringing to the game, you're either not capitalizing on it, or you're jealous. That's a bold statement, but it's also 100% true, because let's be real, Clark's impact on the WNBA is undeniable. The league is experiencing record-breaking viewership, sellout crowds, and a level of excitement that hasn't been seen before. And yet, instead of celebrating this, some players and media personalities seem more focused on downplaying it instead of embracing the new energy Clark is bringing. They act like she's an outsider who hasn't earned her place. Cunningham's not here for that. She sees the bigger picture. She knows Clark is good for everyone in the WNBA, not just herself. She recognizes that Clark's success isn't just about her, it's about lifting the league as a whole. The increased attention means more money, bigger contracts, and more opportunities for every single player in the league. And yet, some still can't seem to let go of their resentment. Cunningham also pointed out something crucial: Clark is handling the pressure better than most people could ever imagine. From college to the pros, she's had the weight of an entire sport on her shoulders, and she's still out here performing at an elite level. She's not cracking under the pressure, she's thriving in it. She's showing up, working hard, and giving everything she has to the game. That's exactly why Cunningham respects her. She's seen what Clark is capable of, and instead of pretending she's just another rookie, she's acknowledging her for what she really is: a game changer. She didn't hold back in the interview, making it clear that the negativity Clark is facing isn't justified. It's not about basketball, it's about something else. And that something else is jealousy. It's no secret that some WNBA players have struggled for years to bring more attention to the league. Many of them had to grind, fight, and push for even a fraction of the recognition Clark is getting right now. and that frustration is understandable. But what's not okay is projecting that frustration onto Clark as if she's to blame for the way things used to be. Cunningham understands that Clark's rise doesn't erase the struggles of past players. If anything, it makes their efforts even more meaningful. The growth the WNBA is experiencing right now wouldn't be possible without those who came before, but Clark is taking things to the next level, and instead of being bitter about it, players should be grateful that the league is finally getting the respect it deserves. This isn't just about Cunningham sticking up for Clark, it's about changing the way we talk about greatness in women's basketball. The double standards are glaring. If a male player came into the NBA and immediately broke records, led the league in viewership, and changed the game's perception overnight, he'd be celebrated as the next big thing. There wouldn't be constant attempts to downplay his impact. He wouldn't be told to wait his turn or that he doesn't deserve the spotlight, but because Clark is doing it in the WNBA, some people can't handle it. Instead of appreciating the fact that this moment is huge for the league, they're clinging to old mindsets that don't serve anyone. Cunningham sees through all of that. She sees the bigger picture, and she knows that Clark's success benefits everyone. That's why she didn't hesitate to say she'd love to play with her one day, because she understands that having a player like Clark on your team only makes you better. And now Cunningham's words mean more than ever, because she's actually joining Clark in Indiana. She's not just talking about it, she's about to experience it firsthand. While WNBA, she's going to have a teammate who fully embraces her role as the face of the franchise. She's going to have someone who doesn't just tolerate her success, but celebrates it. That changes everything. Because the moment you start building a team that actually believes in your star player, you start winning, you start creating a culture of trust, chemistry, and accountability. And that's what's happening in Indiana. Right now, the Fever aren't just stacking talent, they're building a team that makes sense together. They're surrounding Clark with players who want to be there, who respect her, and who understand the opportunity in front of them. And Cunningham is leading that charge. While some WNBA players are still side-eyeing Clark, waiting for her to fail, Cunningham is standing up and saying, no, she's great. And we should all recognize that that's what leadership looks like. And that's why this season is going to be different. For the first time, Clark won't have to deal with teammates who don't want to see her succeed. She won't have to navigate tension in the locker room. She won't have to fight against negativity from her own squad. Instead, she'll have players like Cunningham who are ready to win with her. And when you combine that kind of chemistry with Clark's talent, the rest of the WNBA better be ready, because the Fever aren't just trying to make the playoffs anymore, they're trying to win it all. And with the right players, the right mindset, and the right leadership, they just might do it. Sophie Cunningham just sent a loud and clear message. She's got Caitlin Clark's back, and she's not afraid to call out the jealousy surrounding her success. While some WNBA players are bitter about Clark's impact, Cunningham sees the bigger picture. She knows Clark is great for the league and is ready to embrace the new era of women's basketball. What do you think about Sophie standing up for Clark? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Click on the next video, and we'll see you there.